In the endless fabric of the Marvel multiverse, two beings rise above all, not just as sorcerers or gods, but as forces capable of rewriting the very laws of reality itself. On one side stands Loki, the god of stories, reborn from trickery into transcendence, wielding the power to reshape destinies across infinite timelines. On the other side, Wanda Maximoff, the Darkhold Omega Scarlet Witch, the living embodiment of chaos magic, destruction, and divine will. This is not merely a fight between good and evil, or chaos and control. This is the battle between narrative and power, between the one who writes existence and the one who can unmake it. A confrontation so cosmic that even the multiverse trembles in silence. Today, on What's on Hollywood, we step into a realm beyond gods and mortals, and uncover the truth behind the question: if the god of stories Loki faced the Darkhold Omega Scarlet Witch, who would truly win? Loki, the god of stories. Once a mischievous prince, Loki Laufeysson's journey from trickster to storyteller redefined what it means to be a god. His transformation into the god of stories came after mastering his destiny, breaking free from the chains of fate that even the sacred timeline couldn't contain. This Loki doesn't just deceive or manipulate anymore, he rewrites reality itself through narrative willpower. In Marvel's cosmic structure, the god of stories stands as a metaphysical entity, a being beyond time, beyond causality. He carries the essence of every Loki that ever existed, from the glorious purpose of the MCU version to the mythic roots of Norse legend. Every story, every lie, every truth he's ever told, all of it now fuels his power. Loki's strength lies not in brute force, but in conceptual dominance. He can rewrite events, twist destinies, and change the outcome of reality through sheer belief in his own story. His control over narrative energy makes him one of the few beings who can rival cosmic constants, and perhaps even challenge beings like the Living Tribunal or Eternity. But even gods who tell stories must face the chaos of those who burn them down. Scarlet Witch, the Darkhold Omega. Wanda Maximoff's story is one written in tragedy and unleashed in fury. When she became the Darkhold Omega, she transcended her own human limits, absorbing the ancient, cursed knowledge of the Darkhold, a book of infinite evil that speaks in the language of chaos. This was not just power. It was corruption turned divine. The Darkhold Omega Scarlet Witch is reality itself twisted into rage. Her magic bends the multiverse, defies logic, and shatters dimensions. She doesn't manipulate, she deletes. Her chaos magic can erase beings from existence, rewrite universal constants, and bend probability until reality itself screams. What makes this version truly terrifying is her Omega status. She is no longer limited by emotion or fear. The Wanda we knew, the grieving mother of the multiverse, is gone. What remains is a goddess unchained, capable of overriding even cosmic law. In the hierarchy of Marvel's power, the Darkhold Omega stands shoulder to shoulder with celestials, abstract entities, and even primordial forces. And yet, there's something far more haunting about her. She doesn't fight for domination. She fights for control of meaning, to decide what should exist and what must end. And that brings us to the ultimate question: what happens when the writer of stories faces the rewriter of reality? Multiversal confrontation, chaos versus narrative. When Loki and Wanda meet, the multiverse itself becomes their battlefield. No city, no planet, no dimension can contain them. The air trembles as story energy collides with chaos energy, bending the fundamental logic of existence. Loki's power begins not with spells, but with intent. His every word becomes law, his every thought becomes timeline. He writes outcomes into existence. Across the void, Wanda answers with raw destruction, undoing his words before they are even spoken. Her chaos cancels his narrative, but his story rewrites her chaos. It's an infinite loop of creation and annihilation. Imagine the multiverse as a library of infinite books. Loki writes new pages faster than time can read them. But Scarlet Witch tears those pages apart, rewriting them with blood and emotion. The clash creates paradoxes so violent that realities collapse under their combined will. Wanda screams, her voice fractures existence. Loki smiles, and narrates her scream into silence. She burns through infinite timelines, erasing his stories one by one. But Loki is not one story. He is all stories. Every erased version gives rise to another, every death births a new beginning. In the end, Wanda realizes she's not fighting a god, she's fighting the idea of storytelling itself. Yet Loki faces a truth of his own: chaos cannot be contained in words. It's emotion, pain, and freedom beyond narrative. They become mirrors of each other, creators and destroyers. The author and the undoer. The storyteller and the unwritten. Final verdict: who would win? In a battle of pure power, Darkhold Omega Scarlet Witch stands unmatched. Her chaos magic can overpower gods, reshape dimensions, and even end multiversal beings. Against any other entity, her victory would be absolute. But the God of Stories Loki plays on a different plane. He exists not within reality but above it. His power is metaconceptual, tied to narrative existence itself. While Wanda can erase timelines, Loki can rewrite them. While she can destroy worlds, he can recreate them through story. In the truest sense, their powers are opposite ends of infinity: destruction versus creation, emotion versus narrative. Yet, if there must be one winner, it would come down to which concept the universe favors more: chaos or continuity. If the battle ends within the multiverse, Scarlet Witch wins, her chaos dominates reality. But if the battle expands beyond the fabric of storytelling, into the metanarrative realm where stories themselves are written, Loki wins. Because even the Darkhold's power must exist within a story, and the God of Stories controls every ending. Final verdict: Loki, the God of Stories, would ultimately outlast the Darkhold Omega Scarlet Witch, not through brute force, but through the immortality of narrative itself. Her chaos may destroy everything, every world, every echo of existence, but his story will always find a way to begin again. Even when the last light fades and silence devours creation, Loki's tale will whisper through the void, reborn as the next beginning. And that, dear viewers, is the truth beyond power: a duel between creation and destruction, story and silence, chaos and eternity. Who do you think deserves to rule the multiverse, the chaotic heart of the Scarlet Witch, or the eternal quill of the God of Stories? Comment your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to What's on Hollywood, where stories never end, and legends live forever. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.